Ready? Ready?
Looks like this is the place for doing my new narration for the videos. Very comfortable in my new bar. So yeah, you'll probably see this backdrop quite a bit. But yeah, this video, if I could say, it's one of my toughest assignments for a long time. I mean, I have had tougher. I worked with a Mustang in America. The name was Cheyenne. I've had a Cheyenne myself. I called a horse Cheyenne myself, but that was more gentle than the Cheyenne that I worked with, the Mustang in America. But this one, I'll be honest with you, I got sore arms. This was only yesterday that I worked with this horse. My arms are sore. I had to take it to a new level. And I'll explain why I go to a different level and what I do with this horse. So basically, I had a horse to go and work. It's local. Fortunately, it is local. I had a horse that I needed to go and see for somebody who, she's sort of semi-professional. She's worked. Name's Liv, and she's, you know, done rides. She's a very good rider. She's rode for people before. Quite knowledgeable with horses. Spends all her times at the stables with the horses. You know, they're a release for her without a doubt. But 3 years ago, she bought a beautiful Connemara. In fact, it's just like my new horse, Mac. As soon as I saw it, it reminded me of Mac. And basically, she bought it 3 years ago, and which should have been a dream. You know, should be a dream horse. I mean, to look at it, it is a dream. Confirmation. Everything about that horse is lovely. I'll show you now. You know what should be, and I know there was a post put on. I'll show that now to give you an idea of what should be,
Told the nothingness, there ain't nothing. When hard and heavy, nothing please me more than you. Let me come home, oh home. Let me come home, 'cause home is wherever I'm with you.
So that's Liv with her Connemara that she had 3 years ago. How lovely looking horse. Well, things haven't gone. I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? But things have not gone as the dream. Now, I didn't know much what was going on. All I was aware of was it was very difficult to get on the box to go to shows. To the stage where that little clip at the beginning with 6 people trying to get the horse in. So I thought it was a trailering issue, loading issue. Saw that little clip. I thought, yeah, you know, nice Connemara, well bred. I go to a lot of very difficult horses. I thought, yeah, this. I assumed I'd already been to one horse. I thought, yeah, I assumed it would be quite an easy fix. Well, I said you never fix them in a session, but you set a seed, and with Liv knows what she's doing, I thought, yeah, I'll set a seed in there, get the horse loading, and then give Liv some exercises to do and a little program to work to, because that's all I can do. I can't cure things in a session, but I can go over that little hill that there was. And then hopefully it all gets better and better as time goes on. So as time went on, when I was there, I realised, no, it's not just that. Now I will show you a little clip now, a little collection of, well, when you see this, you'll understand it. It's not just loading. Loading is just a little off spur from it. So I'll show you this now. So this is not the dream it's supposed to be. And it's not Liv great with her other horses. You know, she's got a very difficult horse here that's very lost. So I'll show you the clip now of not the dream, but the reality of the nightmare.
bucket as well.
I've noticed some ear pins.
He doesn't care about me, it's the bucket he wants.
So he would, what?
He's coming over the door.
What?
He will push me out the way and he'll have that bucket before I move.
Does he have a bite, Liv?
Yes.
He bites. Where does he bite you?
Anywhere and everywhere.
Well, as time went on, I realised it was not so much, although it was a big problem with trailering or loading into the lorry, I realised I was there for a much more important reason than that. You know, that horse was in a bad place, could definitely escalate and hurt her. I mean, some of those clips there and things that Liv was telling me, I realised that, you know, even if I didn't get as far as the box, there was other things that needed attention. So sometimes I feel like there's a reason why I go to these places. It kind of happens, so I have to go, you know, and there's a reason for it. And I think the reason I went there, it's very deep, but to save injury, because that really could happen. I mean, the way I had to firm up or change the way I do things usually, you know, it was a very difficult horse, and you'll see in the video. So yeah, I realised as well that a lot of my tools, and it'll be explained in the video, sort of live, there's very little editing with this, you'll see it pretty much all as it is. Realised that a lot of my tools, things that I was going to do or I usually do, because I you know, it was already exhausted. They've been using a flag that's 10 times as big as mine. Not much, you know, whatever pressure you put on the horse. I think what had happened is, for whatever reason, usually everything's a symptom of a cause. Don't know what the cause was, but the horse had realised and worked out the best way to get rid of pressure was to go to it. Now, I've seen this quite often. I saw it in a lot. I've seen it in a particular demo once where a horseman put pressure on a horse because it got no respect to space, and it moved into the pressure no matter what he did. The firmer he got, the more the horse moved into him and walked over him, and he had to abandon the demo. I've seen that. I've seen it with Buck Brannaman, who I subscribe to, fantastic horseman. Seen it, and the levels that he has to come up to get a horse to back from him. When a horse has worked out pressure, means the best thing to do is to go to the pressure, and you know, the levels that those horsemen come up to is nothing to what I'm going to show here, but there was a necessity for me to pick things up here, because I knew I had to, not just for me to be able to get my job done, but to make things safer for Liv. You know, things were going to go south here big time, and you know, that's all I had in my mind was forget the loading. Although the loading, you know, of course we got there with that, but the loading was only a symptom of what was, and you'll see that now. And I'll show a little clip in a minute, actually, of I think I've got a clip somewhere of Buck where a horse wouldn't back off him. He offers a good deal, and then he offers a bad deal, you know, and the horse eventually takes a good deal. But to show you the kind of firmness that even someone like Buck Brannaman, who is known as the horse whisperer in the Horse Whisperer film, you know, he's what it's based on. But even a horse whisperer type character has to firm up now and again to get through to a horse, because that's the level you have to go to. So this one is what, Charlotte?
Trailering.
Here's the start of the video. I hope you enjoy it. Trailering. How long has it been since they trailered it?
Liv has said that she can't do it on her own.
Yeah.
She manages with other people, but never knows how long it can take.
Right. Okay. So never easy.
She said she openly admit he's a little bit spoilt.
Right.
She bloody loves that horse.
So this is it, is it?
Yeah, Great Newton Stables.
Let's just have a look at the,
There's the lorry open ready for you.
Shall we leave yours away from there in case you run into it? So that's it, is it? So it's the lorry. Right. Now, you know the first thing we're going to ask her? I hope it starts, because we're gonna, I bet you they've always tried there, so we might move it somewhere different. We've got a school there, so we can do something in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Go up to the horse so we can see which one it is.
Okay.
What I'm going to show you very quickly now before the actual video really starts, because it's a bit of a roller coaster, this video. There's a lot of things that you might not expect me to do, and things don't go exactly how I want them to go, and I have to be aware of my safety and things. I'm going to quickly show you a few clips now. Now you've seen what was happening with those clips where the horse was trying to kick Liv, and she's explained about the biting and, you know, just not good stuff. I'm going to quickly show you now some of the positives that came from my work that I'm going to do in a minute. All right, so have a little look at this and the difference, and then watch the video. How are you feeling? Confident, 100% confident.
Well, he looks different there.
Have you seen my... You go on this side. And let him go in without touching him. He goes in. Way! It's an opportunity for me. So there's the trailer loading.
Yeah.
There's the disengagement.
Yeah.
There's the back away. And then there's the quietness, look. It's all in one,
Yes.
in one go, isn't it? Look, there's a different look about them.
Yeah.
Okay, I've explained what I think I needed to. That's it. I'm going to press play now, and this is the video, and I think I might cut in once or twice through it. But yeah, enjoy the video.
Yes.
Right, that answers that. So, I've just noticed this. This is yours, yeah? So, and he doesn't do anything.
No. He just walks a bit faster.
So that doesn't scare the life out of him to move his feet forward.
No.
Is that what you've used it for forward motion of the feet? So I'm going to get nowhere with my little thing then. Am I?
You might use it different.
So you've ruined that part of my work. Okay, so he's basically very confident. Won't, I mean, can be hours to get him in. I mean, what?
If we don't use that,
Yes,
he will plant himself.
and won't move at all.
Will not move.
Right, so you get some kind of movement from it.
Yes.
Okay. You've tried tapping him with a stick.
Yeah.
Doesn't care.
We've had people with brooms off his bum.
No. And he won't. He just that confident.
He will. Once he's in there, he's fine. It's just getting his feet on the ramp and up the ramp.
Right.
It seems to be more the ramp he's scared
Right.
of.
So what the ramp you think he's scared of? Okay.
And have you tried trailers or just lorry?
Trailers is the same.
Okay.
It's the same. Okay.
Exactly.
So it's not that particular
So-
ramp.
No.
What I'm thinking here is a total change of thought pattern with him, because it sounds to me like a lot of what I use as my arsenal,
Yeah.
as my bullets, is my way of doing things.
Tools.
Tools, have already been exhausted. Right? Used
Yeah.
a lot of what
Yeah.
so you're not silly. You've
Yeah.
tried the things that can help. So we've got to try and get him now to want to go in there.
Yeah.
So we've got to try and change it up. Rather than him thinking, no, I ain't going there,
Yeah.
he's got to think, I want to go in
Yes.
there. So will it be, how hard will it be? Oh, it's extended. Is that extended?
No, it's just the bags.
Oh, that's, alright.
Leading as well.
Can we, does he lunge?
Yes.
Will he lunge around quite easily? Right, okay. So we can get him moving a little bit, so
Yeah.
he wants to stand still,
Yeah.
or wants a bit of a rest.
Yeah.
So okay. So I'm going to look at this a little bit differently than
Yeah.
a lot of trade we're going to go to. Can we put the lorry in the school?
You can.
Right. So I can maybe.
I can't.
Liv doesn't drive, so you have
I
to.
can do that.
Yeah.
So I might lunge him and let him rest by it.
Fine.
And then when he makes the decision to go away, great.
Yeah.
We'll lunge again. So we've got to make him try to look at that as somewhere that becomes inviting.
Yeah.
Does that make? Has
Yeah.
that just gone off in your head?
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
That. So
Dad, can I
okay.
just add? Liv said that he can sometimes pull her leading. Do you know what I mean? Like leading, bit bolshy.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you now. I might firm up. I always tell people, but my firming up probably isn't what you think.
Yeah, right.
No brooms.
Yeah, no brooms, no hitting. I will probably do a little bit firm at times to get my respective space, so he respects me and my impulsion that I need, right? So are you okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect.
Yeah. So I haven't met him yet. I can see him. Reminds me of my Mac that I've got. So I think probably the first thing is we'll go move your lorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we'll move that into the school, and I'll maybe move the jump down or something. Okay, then we'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad though, is it?
No.
You've got some help in here.
So far. All right. Okay. Right. Okay.
But you can get little golden nuggets from them
Well,
videos, isn't it? Little things. Even you being very experienced, which is why I've got to do this a bit differently than some more inexperienced people. Those videos give you little bits that you can add.
Absolutely.
You know. So we've got it in here now. We're ready. I said about feeding. Charlotte said, well, you can't feed him because it takes too long to get him into it. But I would do two things now. One, I know it's going to mess your ramp up, but we do not want to blank. We want to change things a little bit now. So we don't want a black ramp.
No.
So can I push a load of...
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to... Has anyone got straw in there?
No.
No one uses straw?
No, not
It's
even.
kind of gone out of fashion, isn't it? Straw now.
Yeah.
The dust, I suppose, and whatever, unless it's harder to find. So, is this making sense what I'm doing?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Okay.
It would be really annoyed if he just walks in now, Liv.
Well, I hope he doesn't.
No, I know.
Because if he does for you, then
You were like, damn, I should have done
the
that.
more trouble I have,
Yeah.
The better.
the better for you in the long run.
Exactly.
Okay? So, a lot of people think, oh, it's taking him longer than I thought, but that's actually better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm going to push some of this down so that he can see it maybe isn't a hole or anything to worry about,
No.
right? So that's first thing, okay? Never have a black ramp
No.
unless yours. Obviously, you haven't got to do this every time once it's going on nice. So there's that. What do you feed him that he loves?
Anything.
Oh, right. He's one of them.
You could hold a dandelion in front of him and he'd
Okay.
do it.
Well, I wouldn't use feed to entice the
No.
horse in. They're not stupid.
No.
They'll look at you in a terrible way.
We've done that and it's
Yeah, we've
like
all done it, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know,
Come
bits at a time.
Yeah,
They're not stupid.
trickling it on the ramp.
They're just laughing at you inside, and maybe you make them more frightened of you,
Yeah.
really. Right, but I am one that believes in feed in here for a reward for
Yes.
coming in.
Yes.
And then what I personally would do, if I can get him loading, we need to set a little thing up here.
Right.
So when he comes in, he has a little munch, we bring him back out.
What about licks? If he does he love a lick?
Maybe licks, yeah.
You know, like the really sweet, not a lick it. You know the ones that like.
Molasses one.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
you've
would.
got one in
How often does your dad come down?
there. Never. He only comes down when we get
When you need him.
Okay. Well, if it's set up, then over there, and he's okay
Yeah.
going in there.
Yeah.
We don't have to. If we can get through to him enough that he doesn't have to be lunged to go in,
No.
then you could feed him in there.
Right, okay.
I really would. If
Yeah.
you can get him going in,
Yeah.
then maybe 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah.
That's where he has his feed, else he don't have it.
No.
Then the next day he might want it more.
Yeah.
You know. So he comes
Okay.
in,
Yeah.
he has his feed, bring
Yeah.
him out.
Okay.
So he doesn't know when you're going to shut up and go.
That's the right. Okay.
Agree with that?
Yeah,
So these
absolutely.
common sense
Yeah.
things that we just sort of not.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you got a little bit of something we can set up? Okay.
Okay, should we go and get him as well? So like.
Yeah. Well, if we get all
Do you want a
organised,
bucket or a bucket of feed
a
or?
little bucket with some strings. The novices hopefully, well they haven't. Not their fault, but it is horses. So we've got to change this.
Because she's tried a lot of.
There's a lot of things to be tried. So, where's the halter?
Oh, by the menage.
If you can get the
Feed.
feed sorted out.
Yeah. Yeah, the halter's just as the on the entrance, like by the bank.
So I'm we've got the feed ready to set up in the lorry, and I mean at this stage I had no idea really how things really were. Although you've seen the footage, I didn't really know that much at the time. And as Liv brought the feed past, you didn't see it on camera, but he kind of done a bit of a lunge with his ears, and what, you know, and then, you know, that's what you're seeing now is my reaction to what I saw, which starts opening the big can of worms up. What I'm just noticing now, you've got the feed bucket there, and I'm noticing he's pinning her ears and pushing on that gate.
His.
Have you noticed that?
Oh,
Right, see that? You see that there? Believe it or not, this is all part of that.
yes.
The whole thing.
Right.
So if you move yourself to there,
With the bucket.
stay there. Right then. Now as we watch, not too bad now I'm looking at it, but
as well.
I've noticed some ear pinning.
Yes.
Right? So I would never, we'll talk about that again,
Yeah.
but that's another thing. There's no way, unless he backs off me and his ears are upright, that he would be getting that.
Okay.
And I've just noticed something
Yes.
going on there.
Okay.
Right? So you've got that. What I would suggest as well, right? So look. Right. So now, you cannot be allowed
No.
to do that.
No.
Because that's a lot of that up yours
Yeah.
is this.
Yeah.
Okay? So now he's looking away from me because I've just got a little bit.
Yeah.
Said, no, that's not acceptable. And move away from here.
Yes.
Right? So I know it's sometimes it might sound so there. If he was doing that, you've got to do something.
Yeah.
Either hit a stick on here.
Right. Okay.
It's got to be some kind of pressure put on him. Then when he's starting to get
Yeah.
not around us,
No.
it's all impatient. Now there's a different look on him there. Would you agree?
Yes.
Something's a little bit different there.
He thinks, holy cow.
What?
He thinks, holy cow.
Right. See this?
Yes.
For that 1 second of me saying, no, that ain't acceptable. Stop putting your ears, you won't get that. And eventually, it will help.
Okay.
Now I would be cutting some, did you like apples and carrots?
He does. I haven't got any.
No. I want him to come here when I want to do.
Okay.
Remember, I'm being a little bit more
Yeah, no,
particular
absolutely
because
fine.
I know you've tried so much.
Yeah.
You've said he pulls away from the lead rope. All of that.
Yeah.
He knows how to be led.
Yeah.
He knows what he's
Yes.
doing. He doesn't know where he is on the totem
No.
pole with you. Would you agree there's something a little bit, which is why he's saying, no, I don't fancy the tractor
No.
today.
No.
I'm going to mess your day up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No good, is it?
You're not going to the show. I don't want to go.
So, okay, so I've just achieved quite a bit there
Yes.
in one second.
Yeah.
What I'm saying about apples and carrots, and even things like essence, vanilla essence, something that
Mints.
that he absolutely freaking loves.
Yeah.
I would have something like that in there.
Okay.
So think about what you know that
Okay.
you love.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll put that in now.
Well, we're in the lorry now, setting up the feed station for him. But I can tell you, my head was in a little bit of a quandary by now, realising how aggressive and hearing a couple of more things, and as I say, opening that can of worms. So I'm getting on with the job here, but I'm thinking, hang on here, I got to do something a little bit. I gotta get more done here than just getting this horse to go up a ramp into the lorry. I was thinking, oh, here we go. So yeah, okay.
Okay.
So there's the little setup there, just nice. But he only gets that when he's coming, and if he doesn't come in with a good attitude, he will not be having
No.
it. Till he walks in, he settles for a second, he can have a little bit of that.
And he doesn't know that's going to be
Now,
there
we
yet,
haven't
does
put
he?
much in there because he will be being lunged a bit and we don't want to cause any colic, so we'll bring a little jug of water after,
Okay.
so we'll wet that up.
Yeah.
It's only a tiny bit
Yeah,
there,
that's fine.
but I would suggest things like carrots, apples, a
Yeah.
little bit of vanilla
Mints,
essence,
tasty.
mints, something that sends him crazy for him.
Right. Okay.
And he, rather than lunge out there and have groundwork done the way I'm going to do
Yeah.
it with him, what's the better option?
Exactly.
Come in here, get rid of me,
Yeah.
and have a little bit of that. So, but you would do this regularly.
Yeah. Okay.
Feed him in it 3 times a week or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. So there's that.
And you
What's
said he loves his feed,
Yeah.
didn't you?
What's he like when you take feed into his stable? Really?
He
I'm
is-
sensing something here.
It's he doesn't care about me. It's the bucket he wants.
So he would what?
He's coming over the door.
What?
He will push me out the way, and he'll have that bucket before I'm even near the door.
Okay.
So should we do that first?
Well, yes. Well,
Maybe just a
because
tiny
that
bit.
sounds dangerous to me more than this. So there's more going on here than just getting used to a show, isn't
Yes.
it? Okay. So we'll go now, and then you can show me what you mean,
Okay.
and then I'll get involved a
Okay.
little bit. Okay. Good. Some people are getting
It's to the point where I've actually had to move my feet up here because by the time I've walked from there to here, he's kicking the walls, he's going at the cold, he's going at next door, he's coming over the door, he's rearing up.
Just over feet. What about your little pony? Because that's got.
Oh, that's Bryn. I've had
That's
to
that
move.
Bryn.
I put my old bear next to her because she understands about it.
So he's a bully around his feet with people and other horses. He's just a total bully.
Yeah.
Before I go in with him,
Right.
can you put the halter in because he might be a little bit wary of me because I've got to do something about the speed before we go out there. So if you, there's my halter there.
Yep.
You can pop that on. You know, put them on.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you teach him to bring his head round, Liv? Oh, you should have said yes.
Okay. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here for 2 minutes now. If you come out. No, I haven't met him before, have I?
Do you not want to see the feed first?
No, but I'm going
Oh.
to just move these hindquarters around.
Okay.
So I want to get some kind of control in here of his hindquarters.
Right, okay.
Make sure he's giving those up to me,
Yeah.
and that he'll back off me before I involve feed. All right. So
How big is he, Liv? He's quite big, isn't he?
yeah.
Okay, pull up.
Now he's step in here because he's not used to. No, he's just disengaged. Back up a little bit. Thank you. Step in. I want you to disengage. Now, with all of the videos you probably see me do, I concentrate on disengaging of the hindquarters, which when the back legs cross over in front of each other, they effectively give their power of flight up, and they kind of, it's like a way of succumbing to you and allowing you to take their power of flight up. It's not happening, and you'll see, you know, although I'm trying to make a positive out, the odd try of one. It's not happening. He's just stepping round and he's kind of saying, nah, you're not having, I'm not giving, no, I might have to do something in a minute. He totally doesn't want to succumb, you know, to give up himself to me. He's not sure that he should be in charge or me, you know, because that's the way he's lived lately, not knowing who is in charge of him, who he is in charge of. So it's really evident to see that. A lot of people have said, what do you mean by disengaging? Well, that's not really disengaging, that's stepping around, it's not. And you'll see in the sand school in a little while where he eventually decides to disengage for me and gives up his power of flight and succumbs to me. That's what it's actually doing. It's so yeah, this is really interesting to see. This isn't real disengaging, okay? This is stepping around, him not succumbing to anything that I'm asking there. Although I do manage to back him off a little bit, which wasn't that easy. First one then. So he's stuck in that long.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
Let's lower his head a little bit. Now the reason I'm doing this, I don't want to be harmed when I bring his feed in, but I want him to know that although I'm going to get firm with him, there's a little bit of niceness as well we can experience together. All right. So did you see how I just done that? Have you done that with him before? So what I'm doing, I'm just putting a bit of pressure on the lead rope. Okay. There, look, and just squeezing the neck slightly, and then releasing everything when he drops his head. Okay. And then letting him know he's going to soften a little bit here. It's a great thing to do with him. Okay. So see that? So there's a little bit of a different look there now. Yes. Right, okay. Yes, I've just got a nice disengagement. And stop, back up one step, thank you. No, back up one step, back up, thank you.
I'm trying to focus on his video, his back legs.
Yeah, that's not bad. Back up. Back up a little bit, thank you. Now I need to own back up because he backs off that your lorry constantly, doesn't he? So I need to own that. So I'm going to get lots of backing done. All right. So I feel like I've got a little bit of control of him in here, but I need to do this as well to let him know that we can be quiet. Because when they drop their heads like this, you see how his head was up for me. When they drop their heads like this, look, there's a different look about him. All right. So he's feeling. Although I've just established, he backs away. He gives me space. He moves his back end away in here. But look, you see the difference?
Yeah,
so there's he's giving up to me there. All right. He's given me himself there, saying okay. Yeah.
Does he ever bite, Liv?
Yes.
He bites. Where does he bite you?
Anywhere and everywhere.
Are you joking me? He bites you. When do you let him bite you, or when does he?
Is it leading? Is it when you walk in? Is it playful or is it nasty?
It can be quite nasty. Like he had me a few weeks ago and he actually drew blood.
How did it happen? What was the
situation?
I was sat in the box next to the stable.
And he get what from here?
From his head.
He got down and bit you.
And turned around.
And drew blood for no reason. No. Okay. So can you see here? He doesn't see you as anybody to control him, to give him to you know. While we've got a horse, you've rode for people. You're a horsewoman. It's so important. It gets missed, doesn't it? That we have to be the one in charge when we have got a connection to the horse.
Absolutely.
For him to even consider to bite you, he would never do that to someone that he thought was anything to him. And I don't want to mean this in a way to make you feel upset, but if you were a factor for him to respect, he would never ever bite. So you have got to change something. He doesn't seem, looking at him now, he would bite me. I can't imagine him ever biting me now. He might prove me wrong, but can you imagine that now? Can you?
Well, she knows him.
Can you imagine him biting me?
He's one of those, you wouldn't believe it unless you him do it.
Right.
Because he's that face.
Okay. Well, I hope he does go to nip me, because I'll show you what I'll do. If he nips me, not only you'd have to open that very quickly, that door. If he bit me, I would not get angry. No. I would scream like you wouldn't believe. I would move him around in here and I'd back him all the way out of here, all the way out of here, and then all the way back. Yeah. And he would be beside himself. Do you think he would do that again? Yeah. So that, you know, there has to be some consequence. He has to know that thought never ever enters that ever again. Okay. It might, when you do the same. Yeah.
It's so hard to think of him like that because look how he looks.
Right, now I need some feed. Not much though.
Just like a handful.
He will not have this feed till he backs off there. Okay. So this is the system you'll try to use. So I've got the feed. Right, I'm going to bag my head. Right, now I need him, when I walk in here, to back off me and to look away for his feed. Right, now, see how he's looked away?
Yeah.
Okay, all I did was tap the door,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And look at him in a way. I very rarely look at horses at their eyes, but I do for this.
Okay.
I look at them in a way
Yeah.
you need to back off
Yeah.
from that. Right. So I'm going to go in here now with this. Now he doesn't take a step towards me.
No.
He doesn't have it. If he takes a step towards me, he's backing up.
Okay.
Now I've come in here. Okay? Right then. Now he's looked away, hasn't he?
Yes.
Okay, he's looked to me. Right. Right, now. Okay. So, did you see what I just did?
Yeah.
No crawling the
It's
walls?
over his eye, over his...
Oh well.
He's fine with that.
Do you think you could do that? You just come in.
Yeah.
You make sure he's backed off, right? Make sure he's backed off. And looks away. And I was hoping he would...
You could do that with just a crop loud, couldn't you? A crop
Yeah.
would be loud.
I was hoping that would take longer, but I couldn't because he offered me it.
That's when he's in here with 5 of them having their dinners. I've got 3 calling for their dinners, 1 spinning on the table. He's a completely different animal, and it's really hard to explain because he is climbing up walls.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't get it then.
No.
He's fat enough, he'll last a month. you know, if you're going to give it him for that,
Yeah.
what are you treating him? So, in other words, you're telling me when he's doing that, you bring his feed in here.
Yeah.
Have you completely lost the plot here? But you're doing what everyone does.
Yeah.
There's no way I would give him his feed like that. The next day, he might be half that.
Yeah.
Next day, we might get worse for 3 days.
Yeah.
He would not have that till you walked up here and he backed away from me and looked away.
Well, we could always pop up one day at feed
Yeah,
time, couldn't
okay,
we? We're
if you want me to.
only up there.
So, would you say that's the best you've seen him for a while with feed? Definitely.
100%. Since I've known him.
So so is this real? Are you seeing something real going on here? So it's worth, you know, what I would say to you is, have you seen Buck Brannaman? No. Have you? Right. You need to watch a movie called Buck the Movie.
Okay.
Someone I trained with is one of them, right? But he's the best one that I've trained with. Now, it's a documentary. Watch it twice.
Okay.
If you like what you're seeing in that, start looking at a lot of what Buck Brannaman does. There's loads of stuff. I've got loads of DVDs I can tell you what to get.
Okay.
It will set you on another path. It's not English, it's not Western, it's horsemanship.
Right.
And it will change your life with horses, all right? Now, I'm not saying you've got any... This is a difficult horse here. You've had a lot of horses, you don't have the trouble with it, have you? So you've met something here, you need something different.
Yes.
So look, so definitely I'm on the right track. We have... Right, I just wanted to back him off me there because he started to think he could come over to me. I haven't asked that. So we're getting somewhere, aren't we?
Yes.
So the feed thing, you never give it him unless he comes away from the door, he doesn't pin his ears, he stops that foot thing, and he looks away from you. He gives you space.
Okay.
Then you put it down and you get the hell out of there if you want.
Okay.
But, so don't do that again because it's not going to help you with the training.
No.
Make it sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So we're gonna take him out there now.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to stop him a couple of times and back him up.
Okay, I'll get in front.
All right. I might firm up now to back him off.
That's
me,
fine.
But he needs to back off me.
Yes.
Right. Okay. We've got loads of stuff. Okay. So.
Now I knew I was going to have to really bump down on this lead rope. I just knew it from what I was feeling and the way it was over feed and where that horse didn't really know about the space thing with humans and who was really in charge of who. So I'll show you a little clip here now how it should work. A horse that's not too sure about space, and it worked, you know, pretty much most horses I go to. One little look at the feet, a little bit of a ask first, always ask where you want to finish off, a little bit of an ask back, look at the feet, and one bit of a snap down with the rope. And that's me pretty much done, and then pretty much the ask. This will show you how it's supposed to be. And this is Buck Brannaman, bear in mind, Buck Brannaman, if you ever get a chance to see his stuff, he's fantastic. He's if you've ever seen the Horse Whisperer, the film The Horse Whisperer, it's based on Buck Brannaman. Buck Brannaman's horses were used in it, and Buck was actually a double for Robert Redford. So when you see the scenes of the riding and that,
Fortunately, it's not Robert Redford. It's Buck. So yeah. So even Buck, you know, will firm up big time with a horse. He will always offer a good deal first, then he'll firm up and get a change in the horse's feet. So this will show you what it's supposed to be, and then the levels that I had to go to try and get the horse to back off me and to get through what it thought it knew and was convinced it knew. So it's quite a high level of firming up. You know, it's good for you to see it, but you will very rarely have to go to this level as this is.
Just about out of time. You ran out. And then I'll bet you. I've given her the opportunity to learn. This is one little project out of hundreds. There you go. Then I'll bet you for that. So she gets to compare. You give the horse the dignity to learn, you guys. You offer him a good deal there, so come on. That's good. That's all the greedy is needed if the horse is really dialed in.
First time, so now that has to be in it. Right, so I've got a little bit of background, not much. Now I think this next little section here, that horse got more out of this next little bit than any of what I did really. I didn't know, I wasn't told till after or during, that at this spot here, when you go out the barn, that's when this horse just rips and tears and just what it wants and just pulls and it heads to the field and you ain't stopping it really. If you try to hold it back, it'll kick out at you. So that's this little spot here. So it quite kind of took me by a bit of surprise, even after the little bit that I'd done already. And I thought, yeah, you know, there's not going to have much trouble now. And then it all kicked off again. So you'll see this as it happens. I had to firm up big time, get down to his feet. But we finished on such a good note here. And I think this had more of a effect for the good than anything else I did. See what you think.
So is this where he pulls you, Liv?
This is where he pulls you?
Yeah.
Shit, he is.
So the reason I'm doing this here, is this is where now we've come out, he thinks he owns this now, doesn't he?
So Dad, it'll be a really easy one, only an hour.
Really important to get this here. This is probably more important. Right. So know that this whole means something. We haven't even got to the trail here, have we? So is this where he was, what he did here? dragging you out here. Right. Do you feel like I'm getting somewhere?
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep me informed. Nice disengagement. Now the reason I'm bumping his head there, attention, I want to put his attention on there, right? See how he's looking elsewhere?
Yeah.
Try and get his attention on you. It's not going to be easy for you. You've got a history, haven't you? With him now. But I don't feel like he's tearing me away now. Do you think? You're getting somewhere.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now I'm going to bring him down here a bit. Stop. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. And the reason I had to bump him so much, because you've tried lots.
Yeah.
So he's convinced that he shouldn't now because he hadn't had to.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, stop. Yes.
Perfect, yeah.
So okay, it's not as good as I want it, but he's somewhere near.
Yeah.
So feed, it starts with the feed. It starts with pushing on the gate.
Yeah.
And there's no way he should be allowed to drag you out of here.
No.
I'd even have somebody, you see these doors?
Yeah.
If he tried to drag you out of here and give me your attention, I'd be getting someone to shut them doors so he can't drag you out and you do something in there then.
Yeah.
He just goes out when he goes out properly. Okay, so that's a nice look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know him, do you think that's a better look?
Yeah.
It's like a, okay, let's go.
I want to stay far behind in case he has to back up again.
You are sharp.
So I need to stay far enough away from you in case you have to back him up again.
Yeah.
Very focused on the lorry, isn't he? He looked.
Now we're just starting the groundwork by the lorry ramp there. Starting the groundwork. You're going to see me tap his rump a few times. There's a reason why I'm doing that. You can't actually see it from your position with the camera. But what he's doing is pushing. He should have a circle around me, and his hindquarters shouldn't push into me. Now you've seen the way he tries to kick live, plays up on that, and he pushes his hindquarters, and he doesn't want to disengage for you and things like that. A few times I felt him coming in, and it's important right from the off that I give him a bit of a tell him that that's not acceptable. You do not push your hindquarters towards me. So that's why I tap him. Now I can't hurt him. There's no way I could hurt that horse. He can hurt me big time, but I could not hurt him. So those little taps I give him is nothing. But it's important I do that. You'll see me tap him a few times to tell him, no, don't bring your hindquarters into me. You give me the... And that's all part of this for him to be able to settle and allow me to be the leader of the dance, as they say, and to be able to accept my wishes, like trailering and things like that. So you'll see me tap him a few times here, but it is necessary.
The reason I'm doing that is because he's pushing his hindquarters into me there. Every time he gets within range
Yeah.
of me, right, see how that's out there now?
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
Hindquarter. Bring your feet up.
Liv, what's he like in traffic?
Um,
Because he genuinely seems scared of that lorry there. Yeah, he's not very good.
Traffic, is he?
No, he's not good in traffic. That's what I just thought then. He was literally looking at the...
Basically, I'm doing groundwork now. Hindquarters. Disengagement. Stop. Back up. You're going to have such a benefit from what I'm doing, you'll
Yeah.
believe. Right. hindquarters, disengage. Now then, give me zero pressure now.
Yeah.
That was absolute nightmare pressure for him.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Right. Now I need my stick.
What, you want me to pass you your stick?
Yeah, because I noticed on the video you sent, he comes around. Now, trailer loading is nothing more than lining up and feet forward.
Yeah.
So, right, now.
Now, the reason I asked Charlotte to grab my boinging stick is it's not a whip. It doesn't hurt. It just like wings, but it sort of gets a point across. I knew from the little videos I'd seen, and it's so common, all trailer loading is being straight as an arrow and feet forward. That's it. Feet forward, straight as an arrow. But what horses learn to do is to avoid by going off centre. And once they realise that, it's really difficult to get out of, and you've got to go into a bit of a negative to prove to them that that really isn't an option anymore going forward. So I knew that horse was going to go. I knew exactly where it was going to go. I knew I've got to get this stick ready, and I knew when I asked it was going to go facing the ramp to the left. I knew that exactly. It happens so often. It usually is the left. Don't ask me why it's usually the left. It's usually the left. So I knew what was coming, and I knew I was going to have to tap that horse until it lined up, and then leave it alone for a second. So I knew what was coming before it happened. So yeah.
So, now what I'm going to do with this leg, when he comes this way, he bumps into my hand. He comes that way, he has a nudge back. Because peace and quiet needs to be
Forward.
I'm not saying to make it anything, but you are, his groundwork is. So the only place he gets peace now is where? And that's going to become his place.
Yeah.
So I've got to make it be his idea to go in here. This is the big difference here. Now when he says no to me, it becomes that.
Yeah.
He causes this groundwork.
Absolutely.
By saying that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's that. Now we'll see if we can get a foot forward on him. If he backs up.
This is great for you to see right now. This is what I knew was coming, and these are the little clips I'd seen that made me know it was coming, and I know it happens a lot anyway. So watch this. Great for you to see. His avoidance. He tries it with me. Okay.
Now that cannot happen there because he needs to come over there with his hindquarters. That's no good. So that was a try there.
Yeah.
That was a try. That's no good. Like I say, this isn't hurting him because it's a boinging stick. So now, so where's the peace? Where's the peaceful place? The peaceful place is there.
In there.
He's learned to avoid.
Yeah.
So where will the peaceful place be? He wants to come out. I don't care. He can come out. The more he's in here or on the ramp,
Yeah.
where life's better
Yeah.
than being tapped over there. And I had to boing him because
Yeah.
he's learned to come offline. This
And it's
is
not a
extreme.
whip. It's not a whip.
No, that's
No.
not a whip, no. But the longer he can, I'm waiting for him to breathe better. He can't believe he's here, actually.
Yeah.
He can't believe what he's just done. Came in on his own. But that, can you see the principle here?
Yeah.
I'm changing
Yeah.
things. It's got to be his idea. because he's had all of this with the bags and you've tried so hard, haven't you?
Well, other people have tried to help you, haven't they, as well? Like
Ready?
at shows and.
We've got a video of it.
I'm bringing him off there. Right.
We've got a video, Dad, of 6 people trying.
So I'm just boinging him here. Boinging stops.
Oh.
Now he's found his feed.
Yeah.
So he knows now. He knows now. There's
There's something in there.
Yes, but it needs to be something beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. So now I'm not going to work him yet out here because I asked him to come out.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now there, I don't want him blasting into me.
No, but I meant once he was going in and knows it's in there. Liv, normally when you get him in, do you shut it up straight away and be like, yes?
Well, no, the reason I'm not.
No,
is his idea to stay in here
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. No, but that's what I was asking.
Are you feeling some possible outcome coming?
I didn't even think we were going to get this far.
You had no faith in me.
Well, I did, but not
Well,
in
I
him.
knew we would. This is the difference.
Yeah.
I knew we would.
Yeah.
It's very extreme with his groundwork. He needs some serious groundwork, more than
Yeah.
I can give him on a day like this.
Okay.
He really does.
Yeah.
He needs me doing daily for a week or something like that because he is convinced he shouldn't.
Yeah.
And I'm going to a level I very rarely do.
Yeah.
But with this feet thing, it's worrying me that he's going to take a step further
Yeah.
and get you hurt.
Yeah.
Do you feel like he could?
Yeah. Because normally by the time he's loaded, we're 10 minutes
You're late, okay.
Right, now then. So, now I'm going to stop. A little bit of...
Now in this next little shot, just look at those back feet. That's what kind of a disengagement is. You've seen up to now me mention it and step in and sort of half saying, yeah, that's it. Now, he's disengaging for me. He's giving up his power of flight. He's succumbing to me. He's completely disengaging. He's crossing over at the back at the asking. And if you look closer now, you'll see exactly what that disengagement is. I mean, it's not as disengagement as my horses because they really flow through. But it's a big start on that disengagement of the hindquarters and yielding with a proper crossover. Have a look.
But it's not fixed,
And I
Liv.
noticed something then. He ran down the ramp
Yeah.
and he totally annoyed me because I've got space now. And I've got... he ran into my hand
Yeah.
there. And I know this seems very, very, very... Right, he gave me space.
Yeah.
Getting there now.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do now, leave Minnie a bit now with
Yeah.
me. If that groundwork gets better,
Yeah.
this will get better.
Okay.
This is where it's stemming from. It's not here. His heartbeat hasn't gone up once in
No.
here. So he's just calling the shots. He says
Yeah.
he doesn't trust you enough.
Yeah.
He knows that your space isn't important because although you've tried, you've showed him your space. He can invade it and
Yeah.
do what he wants. So he cannot trust you. So when he decides he doesn't want to come up in this trailer, you ain't got a hope. And then he just gets fed up in the end after an hour or whatever it takes. Might come in then, and then you shut him in, don't you? You know, so I haven't done that.
Is he worse going or coming back from a show?
Going.
Oh, really? No, he's coming home.
Oh, yeah.
would feed him in here every day. Well, every 3 times a week or whatever you can.
And if she can't get him
Might need
in,
me to come back to do it there.
Yeah.
We can only go so far with this today because he's gone through a lot more to kill him. We've got to load him, get him used to loading where that is, because that's a different place there. A lot of his men, is that where you usually load him there?
Yeah.
A lot of mental things with there, so I've got to get over that there. Let him have a couple of feeds in there. You know, it's got. Do you see how I'm making it his idea now?
Yeah.
It's hard to understand what that means.
No, I get
It's
it.
the biggest breakthrough in horsemanship when you can get in your head. You've got to make it their idea. Their idea to get to the bit. So you just hold and wait, put a bit of pressure with their legs, and just wait for them to search and find a nice spot with the bit.
Yeah.
So it's their idea in the end. You start to pick up things and say, oh, there you go, love it. You know, it's got to be his idea that when I lift my hand and look at his feet and tuck, he's got to go back.
Yeah.
So I would have to keep doing that. He's deciding the level. I rarely go to this level. There's been a need for this today.
I can't believe he's just.
Yeah. Wouldn't think, you wouldn't, what's it, would you?
No.
Right, now then. Now the space I've been working at, did you notice he's not pushing on me now?
No.
I guarantee if I had done that the first time I met him earlier, he would have just been pushing on here. I am now a factor in his life.
Yeah.
I am someone that he's thinking, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're now I can respect you. Still, like I say, there's still parts where I'm
Yeah.
having to choose my stick. He can respect me enough to know my thoughts. My thoughts are now set. It's his idea. When
Yeah.
my thoughts go there, his idea is to follow my thoughts with that.
Yeah.
And he's quite got a nicer attitude there,
Yeah.
hasn't he? You cannot let go in that. You cannot go in there and feed him if he's being
No.
funny, because what I've got to be careful of here, and I have seen this a lot,
Yeah.
is that I don't make, because he needed so much leadership. He doesn't know where he is in life.
No.
With the feed, he doesn't know where his totem pole is, and he's bordering dangerous. Right, I know that.
Yeah.
And they'll only threaten for so long. And I've even had friends who have said to me, "Oh, he's only pinning his ears and showing me his teeth and making fun of it," and then they get bitten, and they have been bitten hard. You've been bitten and drawn blood off you. So what I've got to make sure doesn't happen is he becomes.
Now, I was going to take this out of the video because I don't know whether people really would understand it. But after watching it a couple of times, I think you probably will. You can when a horse is a little bit lost, like he was, you can actually, when a horse like that meets a horseman like me, or someone who's done as much as I have done with horses, and you can actually get them feeling better about themselves. They know they haven't got to protect themselves so much anymore. They succumb and they actually feel much better for it. And they realise there's a language going on between them and us with the feet and space. And the problem is, and this goes as well to buying horses. I've seen it where great horsemen, I won't mention who they are, I know a lot of horsemen in America who had horses and they've sold them on big money, because of their name. And the horses go away, and the reason they had the horse in the first place, these great horsemen, was because they were difficult horses. So they have these horses, and in some cases, that has happened to me in the past, same thing, probably not as much as what I've seen in the States, but these great horsemen have these horses, get over their problems, bump, and they're great horses, and then they're sold for big money. Problem is, those horses have in some ways become worse for I wouldn't say it, a novice type person. You'd think push button, trained by a great horseman would be fantastic. A lot of the time it's the worst decision you could ever make, because those horses need the dependence on a horseman of that stature, so you can actually make a horse worse about not suffering falls. Now, I don't mean that people are fools, it's just a saying, a horse become that they won't suffer falls gladly, and that's what can happen. horse that's in trouble with the human race, and then a great horseman gets hold of them, does something wonderful with them. They feel great in the presence of that horseman. They become a great horse, but they'll always need that kind of level of support. And immediately they're with someone who hasn't got that same thing, they fall apart. They will not suffer that person, and they become even more difficult than they would have been before that horseman had them. So be very careful who you buy horses off. Sometimes buying a horse from a really good horseman isn't the best thing. So it's just a little thing there, a little carrot to think about. You need to check things like that. Sometimes it isn't the best decision if you're just an average rider taking on a horse like that. So that's why I'm describing where I am in the next few minutes to Liv. So I'm trying to explain to her she needs to do something, because I've got to be careful that I don't make things more supportive for that horse for someone like me and not Liv. So, but I think it'll be fine. And I'm not saying you're a fool one bit, but it's a saying called they do not suffer fools so easily. So the fact that I'm giving him so much, and I've had to do that to be able to achieve this, we've got to make sure that you step up to the plate. Now, if you go in there and let him bang around and threaten you and pin his ears and you still give him his feed, you're going to be worse off when I disappear. Has that just gone off like a bomb? So you're going to ruin it worse for yourself if you allow that. Okay.
But Liv's not going to try this. She's not going to try this now.
No. I can't let him. He's got to. The last thing a horse does. This was an extreme case for me. Yeah. So God knows where you are with it. We have to finish on a good note. Yeah. And you don't try again till I do it. You don't feed him while he's performing in there and threatening. Even if he doesn't have his feet, look at the size of him. It can last that. Which, for the next time I come, get something really nice for him. Okay. If he loves apples and carrots, a little bit of essence of summit, I find vanilla, they absolutely die for him. Okay. Because I want to try and set it up so you go in there for you to eat. Okay. You know, as often as you can. So the plate. But when you load him for a show and do shutter, you still have a bit in there because he'll feel like you double crossed him. Okay. So once you endeavour on this, you keep it up.
I still have something in there for Molly because she was a bit sassy when we first had her.
So we're now going to go. Where does he need to go? Back in the stable? Yeah. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is try something. Okay. I'm going to look at the ramp. Yeah. And I want him to come out as slowly as me, but I'm going to crouch down. Okay. Right. So I want to see whether he can come down at my pace. This is what I wanted. Now the reason I did that, because he was on top of me. Yeah. So he should have made adjustments. So I was happy with the start. Over with the boiling instinct. Right, now I'm going to do the same again. I want you to come out close, slowly with me, but not bump into me. No.
Does he always rush off, Liv?
He's normally jumped off by now.
That's beautiful. I'm happy
Did you hear that? He normally jumps off.
He jumps off. So that's better.
Yeah, 100%. I've never seen his feet touch the ramp so much.
What? Now, other than my amazing work, right? Why do you think that might be?
Because the shavings are on the ramp?
Check out the big brains on Vivian. Is it Vivian or Viv? Livian.
Just Liv.
Live and let live. Right then. So, I think that's part of that.
Yes.
It's a little. So when you're seeing people having trouble in future, you've got a golden nugget. What can you say to them? They probably won't appreciate it, but you can say, oh, you might want to try a bit of score on the road, and then look back and the thought that they're going on. But that does help, because that was quite black. Yeah. For all he knew, it still wasn't sure. Their depth perception down.
To him, it's a big black hole.
Well, it could be. Yeah. I've seen a different look on him now.
Yes.
Liv, is anyone going to ride in here? Are you going to ride in here now tomorrow?
Somebody's riding in here tonight.
Right. Okay, let's get him back to his, because that's a big deal for him. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do here, there's an opportunity for me. Stop. There's an opportunity for me. I'm going to send him out. Now there, no, that's no good, is it? So free your feet up. He thought he'd just take me for a walk then, which is what you said about he'll drag you.
Yeah.
Now there's no reason why I can't, while I'm here, go this way. Disengage. Come back. Disengage. Back up. So, he needs plenty of this.
Yeah.
He doesn't decide he takes me for a walk, bushes into me and doesn't back up. So I've used that gate, haven't I, for something.
Yeah.
So now I'll go again. Now I'm being very consistent,
Oh, you're coming back in.
trying to be as effective as I can be.
Okay.
So here, I'm going to use the opportunity
Yeah.
to send his feet forward. Every chance I get. Send it in there, which is a trailer loading.
Yeah.
Disengaging. Right. You see?
Yeah.
Any chance I can get to lead him forward past me, that is trailer loading.
Okay.
Because pulling him in, you've got to forget that now.
Yeah.
Pulling him in, he knows he's stronger than you.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
So you've got to try and forget that. Eventually, oh yeah, you just...
Liv, are
Right.
you doing anything else with him tonight?
No.
How do you think we got on?
Brilliant. Amazing.
Seriously, say that again.
100% amazing.
Bit louder. No, not really. I feel like there's a big change
Oh, 100%.
in him.
Now, horse training can change in the moment, and my intention was to leave it on. I always try to leave a horse on a good note, and then the first thing the last thing they do is the first thing they learn. So if that horse soaked on what had just happened with that lovely finish and lovely lead back to the stable and going into the stable with a great attitude and all of that, but I don't even know myself. I just do things in the moment sometimes, and what I did, I thought, it'd be lovely for Liv, and I might not be able to get back in the next couple of days for some reason. I don't even know why, but I said, right, Liv, you're gonna have a go at this yourself. And as I say, I don't even know why I said that, but obviously there was a reason why it came into my head, and I just went with my intuition, and I said, right, we're going to do things differently, you're going to do it now. And I could see Liv thinking, oh God, I said, no, confident, you're going to do it, you're going to do it, blah, blah, blah. So that's what you'll see now, is my sudden decision to finish with Liv trailering, boxing a horse. And I knew as well it would make her feel amazing. So here we go. He's had a bit of a break. How are you feeling? Confident, 100% confident.
Well, he looks
He's leading,
different
look
there.
behind. Have you seen what you got here? Are you ready? You all right? Come on. And then imagine going in. Cluck him up. Don't go up there with him. You're sending him in. Go
Up
on.
there.
Bump him across. Go on. Bump him across. There. Now rub him. Not with gracefulness. Don't pat too much from now on till everything's
It's
done.
really hard to get out the habit,
Right.
Liv. It is. It's really
Now
hard.
then, I want it more graceful than that now. Bring him out. I want you to stay at the bottom of the ramp. We're changing it. No, we're not going to try and pull him in there because that's over with. Just walk out with him. Come on, keep going down. Right, now then, go around a couple of times. Go towards his hindquarters. Yeah, now go to the ramp. Drop the rope. Go on, cluck him. Lovely. Let him go in without touching him as he goes in. Way! Lovely job. Tap him over nicely first and then, yes. How's that feel?
Oh.
And the whole look on him is better.
Oh, Liv.
So something's about to happen here. It's not that often, but people tend to like a little bit of dad bod dancing every now and again, and I only do it when I'm really happy about something. And I was really pleased where I got to and where we're on our way to with this. So there's a little bit of something going to happen in a minute, and it's all
impromptu as it happened, and it's lovely, really. So yeah, at the expense of my embarrassment, here we go. Yeah, I've nearly finished it now, but oh god, there's some savage bits in that, and there.
Also a lot of love. She loves that horse.
Savage love.
love.
Savage love.
I feel a tune coming on.
We haven't done that for ages.
You did that a month ago when you had a couple of tequilas. Come on.
Can't remember it.
Come on.
Oh, really?
Come on, come on. Come on.
I'll take my coats off then. All right. Do you want to do it? Seriously? All right. Then. Let's see if we can do it. Savage love. Hang on. Take my coats off.
How do I turn it round? Come on, turn it round.
You've done it?
No, I haven't.
That's it.
No, you need to turn it.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. You have to turn it off now.
Right, I've got your music ready. I think you want to...
That wasn't planned. Anyway, you got to make this is quite a deep video, and you know it's with Liv and this horse, like so many owners and horses. There's some quite deep stuff going on, and Liv actually said to me, because I know someone, she could sell the horse, right? And I said, you know, if it didn't work, she said to me, there's so much going on with her and that horse, and in her life, and lots of people's lives, you know, there's deep things going on, and she admitted that if he went, that's her and horses done, and they've been through such a lot together in the last 3 years, and I'm gonna do my best to make it work out. But there's more than just the horse, isn't there? There's the whole, you know, the whole thing really. So I hope she does all right with it, and I'll do my best to help her. So yeah. Right, okay. Let him finish that now. Experience that with him. Rub him.
Okay.
Just rub him, no patting. Just rub his neck. Lovely job. That's good. And then get that nice feed ready for, well, Charlotte's will take it. It'll be Friday. I know you've got the show Saturday, so we'll try. You're only down the road, so we'll sort something between us. I've got to go home and have a drink now after that.
Yeah.
We'll think about it. Can I put him away for you?
Yeah, of course you can.
And then we'll move
leave
the
him on
lorry.
that note.
Brilliant, thank you.
Okay, you can put yourself out of the way. Oh, well done, kiddo. I mean that. Right here, I'll send his feet forward. It's an opportunity for me. So there's the trailer loaded.
Yeah.
There's the disengagement.
Yeah.
There's the back away. And then there's the quietness, look. It's all in one,
Yes.
in one go, isn't it? That'll be on video so you can...
Is this
find
mum?
it.
Yes.
Dad, this is Liv's mum.
Oh, are you, Liz? Mum, you alright?
Are you surprised to see her put
Come
him
on,
there?
Charlotte, let's go.
Yeah.
I need a drink.
You need to move the lorry.
Yeah, do the lorry now. That's that one done. I did have to go and have a bit of a drink after and think about what had just took place with that one, because that was hard work. Still enjoyable though, and I still learn from every horse that I go to. So fortunately for Liv and me, really, it's not far from here, so I can help. And I know financially it's hard for Liv, so I'm going to go and help her regardless of the financial side of it. And yes, I have got to eat and I have got to pay things, but I need that to work out for myself. So I will be going a few times and making sure that has an happy outcome. I'm going to do it, and who knows? Liv might win the lottery, and then I'll be on her list, won't I? You never know. But yeah, that's that one. Got some great ones coming, guys. Some great ones Charlotte and Tanya's filmed for me. Loads more learning. So yeah, this one again. I think a lot of people for me shared the Little Pony one. that wild pony, and everyone keeps asking about that little pony, and it's doing much better now. So I'm really pleased about that. But please, will you share this one again? Again, there's a lot of aggressive horses out there people somehow put up with, and you know, if you can share this one, I'll really appreciate it. Share it, my views go up, and you know, more people see the things that hopefully can help people with their horses. So appreciate it. Catch you next time, guys. Lovely.